Shalom. Before we don't want to start off by giving our praise, I'm going to tell you how Bashim Al-Shai, Bashim Kakudash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace to the tations of the elect. Today's lesson is going to be on just being an honorable man. All right, and what that means. Okay, so it's like, give me 1 second. This team. So pretty much what it means, being an honorable man, just being an honorable person, just do nothing that would put you in a bad eye of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, So you don't ever want to offend the brother. You don't ever want to, do certain things. You never want to offend the Lord. That's for sure. So it's just certain things, to be an honorable man. All right, someone who Hakim can speak, who can talk to you in respect, who can talk to you in confidence that you're not gonna, do some weird stuff, all right. So this is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse let's start at verse Let's start at verse 20. But in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and silver, but also of wood and of earth, and some to honor and some to dishonor. All right, so there's some, vessels. There's some people out there who are honorable men, are honorable people. But there's also some who are dishonorable, and you don't want to be viewed as one of them to the Lord. You don't want to be viewed as someone who's who has blood on your hands, who doesn't have a backbone, who can't stand on something they believe in, A dishonorable man is someone who jumps from this camp to that camp to that camp to this camp to that camp. You don't have a foundation like that. You have a backbone. You're gonna be all over the place, because Sakari has a different doctrine than just for than IUIC, So IUIC might say something and Sakari might say something that completely contradict each other. And then you might jump to GMS and they might say something that contradicts both of us. And which we all know that GMS is the has the 100% truth. But it's just something that you got to be honorable about. You gotta stick to your doctrine. Just stick to the doctrine of the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And stick to that doctrine. And preach that doctrine, and then and stay 10 tones firm into that doctrine. Have your backbone set on that doctrine. All right. If a man therefore purge himself for these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified and meet for the master's use, and prepared unto every good work. So you want to be viewed as a vessel unto honor. You want the Lord to look at you and say, that brother has been through hell. That brother has that's my servant. I put him through a lot of shit, and he still came back through it. He still came back from all that. Look at Job. Job is an honorable man, a very great honorable man. Why? Because of all the shit he's been through and the shit that he came back to do. The shit that even when let's read the story of Job real quick. Let's read that real quick. real quick. Yeah, let's read Job 1 and let's get Job 1 and for the sake of time, I'm not gonna read the full thing. I might skip a couple, but for the most part, let's start at verse 3. His substance also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels and 500 yoke of oxen and 500 she-asses and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all men of the east. So Job had a lot of property. All right, Job had a lot of essential, a lot of camel. You saw it, you read it. He has a lot of things. And his sons went and feasted in their house every day, everyone his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, "It may be that my sons have sinned and cursed Yahweh in their hearts." Thus did Job continually. And now there was a day where the sons of Yahweh came to present themselves before the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, and Satan also came along with them. And the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahshua said unto Satan, "Whence comest thou?" Then Satan answered, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and walking up and down in it. And the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahshua said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth Yahweh and escheweth evil? So right now, you want the Lord to talk to you like that, like how the Lord is speaking about Job. The Lord is proud of Job. The Lord is saying, "That's my servant. I put him through hell, and he went through all that shit." Or Salaki, he's saying, "That's my servant, and he's the greatest man on the east." He's the greatest man. Upright, not a sin in his heart. Salakia. Then Satan answered the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahshua and said, Doth Job fear Yahweh for naught? Has not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. So Satan is saying, well, it's easy for him to bless you. It's easy for him to serve you. You have everything. He has everything. Job has a lot of camel. Job has a lot of everything. Job is like it says, Job was the greatest, man in the east. But Satan is saying, if you put your hands on whatever he has, meaning if you disrupt his things, if you kill some of this, you kill some of that, he's gonna curse you to your face. Look what the Lord says. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, Behold, all that he hath is in thy power, only upon himself put not forth thy hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord Yahweh. So the Lord is saying, okay, you can touch him, you can fuck around with all his shit, put him through hell, but do not touch him. All right. The Lord is saying, don't put your hands on him, which means don't curse him, don't touch him, don't touch him, his flesh, And there was a day where his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job, and said, the oxen were plowing, and the asses feeding beside them. And all the Sabines fell upon them, and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am alone to tell thee. So all the oxen and all his animals were his things were dying already. His things were dying, and this is Satan cursing and putting his hands on Job. All right. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, the fire of Yahweh is fallen from heaven, and hath burneth up the sheep and the servants, and consumed them, and I am escaped alone to tell thee. So at the same time, he's getting worried about the oxen and stuff, he's also getting worried about his sheep and his servants and his household burned down. While he was yet speaking, there came also another that said, the Chaldeans made out 3 bands, and fell upon the camels, and have carried them away, yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I am escaped alone to tell thee. So all his things are being taken away. Everything's being taken away. While he was yet speaking, there also came another, and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness, and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon young men, and they are dead. And I am only escaped alone to tell thee. So Job's daughters, Job's assets, everything that Job had has all been killed. Has all been, all tortured, all relinquished from him. Job has nothing now. Then Job arose and rent his mantle, and shaved his head, and fell down upon the ground, and worshipped, and said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord Yahweh Shemashai gave, and the Lord Yahweh Shemashai hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord Yahweh Shemashai. In all this Job sinned not, nor charged Yahweh foolishly. That's how we want to be. We want to be an honorable man. We want to be an honorable person. Have your chin out. Take whatever hits you, and take it on the chin, and keep moving forward. All right, that's what it means to be honorable. All right. So we want to be like that. We want to be honorable people. We want to be honorable servants. We want the Lord to look at us and say, you know what? I put that brother through hell, and he went through all of that. That's what we want. All right. And it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Ask any Akim out there. It's not easy. But it sure is how going to be worth it. All right.